Hey, this is Laura with Untitled Typewriters. Today I've got a pink, hot pink Smith Corona Electra 210. Fantastic typewriters. And no, this is not the original color. We have painted this one. So let me lift it up so you can see the front. The Electra typewriters are fantastic workhorse machines. I mean, when I say workhorse, I mean this is meant to be like an office machine, and you can just pump out your projects no problem. And it's also really good for kids, especially young kids, because it's easy to type on. So we are going to, this is all electric, so it does have to be plugged in, and there's no manual return, just a power return, which means please make sure there's nothing breakable anywhere near your carriage. I have learned that from experience. Okay, let me show you how this works, and then we'll do a typing test on it. I'm gonna turn, nope, I'm gonna start from the back. I was gonna do it different, but no, I got a system. So let's just stick with it. We'll work from the back to the front, then we'll turn it on, and I'll keep showing you a few things about it. So here's your paper holder. It does come in handy because that paper will just flop over and hit the table, and that's really annoying. Margins, press and drag. This is a pretty clean typewriter. Looks really good. To move your carriage, this is a 10-inch carriage. To move your carriage, you can pull in the lever on either side. There's a nice strong bell. This is your paper release, which if your paper gets really loaded crooked, you release that so you can straighten out your paper. And then this is your line selector. So when you hit the return button, it's going to advance either 1, 2, or 3 lines, however you want to do it. Now, if you hear the roller, it clicks every time you turn it, and it's clicking every half of a line. So let's say you want to fill out a form. You're gonna roll that piece of paper in, and then you wanna line it up with the fill in the blank line, and it's not gonna line up exactly, and it's gonna be very frustrating. But what you do is over here, you'll see this sticks out a little bit on this whole handle. You just press that in, and then you can turn this and it will do fine adjusting. So voila, and then you just let it go, okay? All right, so I'm gonna open up the top here, and inside you're gonna see the ribbon. We have put in a universal ribbon. It's a plastic spool, comes with 2 colors. When you do replace it, black is on top, red is on bottom. Please make sure it is threaded through the guide wires properly. If you go to the link, the product listing link in the description below, it will take you to the photos for this typewriter where you can save or bookmark this image for your reference, because when it is time to replace your ribbon, it sure is handy to know how to thread it, because honestly, I can never remember, and I always thread them wrong, and my husband has to do it. So, and if it's not threaded right, it's not gonna work right. Also, when you get to the end of your ribbon, your typewriter, this is so important. If you don't listen to anything else, listen to this. When you get to the end of your ribbon, it is not the end of your ink. There is a lot of ink on there. You can reverse the direction of this ribbon dozens and dozens of times before you need to replace this ribbon. And how do you know when to reverse the direction? It doesn't tell you, but your typewriter may just lock up. Your font might all of a sudden just get super faint, or it doesn't feel right when you're typing. And if you look, you might see your ribbon getting really tight like this. And that means, oh, I need to reverse the direction. And you do that right here. It says rev. That means ribbon reversal. So some typewriters do an auto reverse. When using the universal spools, we have not had any do an auto reverse. So there's no notification. You just have to be aware as you're typing, and it's hard to get into that habit, I'll be honest. So don't panic when your typewriter all of a sudden stops or starts doing something funky. Just reverse the direction of your ribbon. And again, it literally, I use these exact ribbons in my own personal typewriter, and I probably reverse the direction 50 times before I even think about changing it out. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on and then we'll look at the rest. So when turning on an electric typewriter, I always like to give it 10 to 15 seconds just to make sure that motor has engaged everything. Because sometimes when you turn it on, you try to type right away. There's just some typewriters, they just like to wait. And so I just tell everybody, just wait 10 to 15 seconds, make sure everything's engaged, and then you can get started. So what you do is you're gonna load your paper right here. Just set it there, you don't have to push it in, and then turn the handle, pull out this metal bar, make sure the paper goes under the metal bar, and I go up to make sure it's straight, which it's not. So then you pull your paper release forward and adjust it. Oops. There, oops. There we go. I'm gonna move this paper guide. And we'll go back down. I'm gonna check my margins. I like narrow margins for our demos. And okay, and right here is our tab button. So if you press that, it's got a tab. You can clear your tabs here and set them here. Let's hit the power return. Oh, and this is nice. Some typewriters with the power return, it's really loud, it jolts really hard. I do have a typewriter pad on this one, which does help with sound, but I use pads more to protect my table than anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and type. So this is a 1970s Smith Corona Electra 210. Oh my goodness. And hold on. There we go. Okay, so this is perfect. Let me move this. You can see that it hardly showed up at all. You want to know why? Because my color selector was right in the middle. It was right here. It wasn't on red and it wasn't on black, and so it really didn't type. So it's not because the typewriter wasn't working, it just wasn't where it needed to be. So that's another thing to look at, is make sure your color selector is firmly on the color it needs to be, red, black. So let's try this again. Sorry, this, I gotta move this a little bit. Here we go. The space bar is right on my camera tripod, and so I may have to move this back a bit. Okay. So now you can see how dark it is. I just didn't have the color selector on very well. Let's keep typing. Let's test out each key. I always, or not always, but I've been forgetting lately to show there's 3 keys that have an auto repeat. It's your dash, your X, and your period. Okay, let's keep typing. The backspace works. Let's tab over. The bell sounds really nice. The keys feel good. Tab. And margin release is right here. There we go. Whoops, I forgot to hit the return handle. I'm used to the manual handles. Okay. Let's do some sentences. Let's try the red. Okay, as I said before, I did that on purpose. When you get to the end of the margin, it's gonna stop on you, hit margin release. I can finish my word, and now I can go on to the next line. And all through the house. Perfect. Okay. So this is a great typewriter for kids and casual writing. So it works well, but I don't recommend for book writing, just because it just doesn't have, I go by feel, just doesn't have that feel of really long writing projects. I think it could stand up to it just fine, but I think it's best for kids, schoolwork, you know, college, papers, journaling, letters, casual writing. And by the way, the backspace is not an erase, just so you know. So when you make a mistake, you just backspace, type over it, or X through it, or whatever you want to do. You just embrace your mistakes. Okay. There's no reason for that this couldn't do a book, other than I just didn't feel in my fingers that it was the right one for book writing. That's the only thing. Not that there's something wrong with it. It just didn't feel right for book writing. So that's why I say this is best for casual writing and for kids. Especially the youngest ones, they're going to find this really easy to type on. Okay, let me know if you have questions or concerns. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.